I'm not about to show my whole face in this video because I believe in covering, especially when I'm out here talking to people when you don't know everybody's intentions. So I've started since my cousin passed, the one who I told y'all about last year. Since she passed, I've started to get styes on my eye. And it's crazy because I never got them before, but she used to get them all the time. And they come from lashes and mascara, I think. And I don't know if it's because I'm aging or if it's, the virus has, complicated my body so to where my eyes are sensitive. It could be a plethora of things. But I'm feeling like she's, tapping me on my shoulder and saying, girl, queen, let that go. You don't need that. You never needed that. Because, I was started washing my eyes out with saline because they got irritated from the mascara. Because I had some mascara, I wore some lashes and some mascara. Well, it started when I put the mascara on. Then the next day I put some lashes on, being hard headed, feeling the sensitiveness of my eyes, and I still put them lashes on because I hadn't wore lashes in a long time and I wanted to wear them. And I don't know if it's the pollen here because I'm still in Minneapolis. I had to stay behind to assist with a loved one who experienced some challenges here. And so, yeah. And during this time, I done sat up here and my eye done swole up like somebody punched me in it. Yes, I'm rocking what almost looks like a black eye. And when I think about what's been going on in the spirit world since I've been here, the dreams that I've been having, how I've been fighting in my dreams. Because the thing about this place is I've been here one time before. And the last time I was here, hold on one second. And the last time I was here, I was with this Nigerian guy, tall, 6'2", 6'3", very, very handsome. And the perfect size, penis, phallus for my hoo-ha. So I don't necessarily, I don't have to engage in the anal, activities with him. And he's very attractive. Like if I was wanting to be intimate with someone, this is somebody who I would definitely be intimate with. So imagine being in the same area as somebody who could please you in that physical way. And I haven't been with anybody in almost 9 months. And so it would seem right, to call him up and, to let him come over here and rotate these tires to check under the hood, in this hotel. But because of where I am, hold on, I ain't doing the trolls today. Not doing the trolls today. Not doing, because this is a vulnerable live where I'm talking about things that are important to me, and I'm not doing the trolls today. Hold on. Community moderation, automatic chat translation. Yeah, you gotta go. I might have to end this because it's not letting me. Oh yeah, there you go. Put user in timeout. Yeah, we just gonna go ahead and put you in timeout. I don't have time for this today. Not today. Okay. So where was I? So the ancestors have really been working on me, in the sense of, like, if this was like the thought crossed my mind to go ahead and lay up with this man, you know. But what's changed is a few things have changed. So even if I was like in a position to want to like sit up and play with this man, like to be with him, let me tell you how the ancestors work. So when we first got to the space that I'm in, there were parameters by security that were like, okay, don't bring no company here, because it could compromise the safety of the people who were here. So those parameters put in place, help the girl to be like, okay, I'm not, of course, I'm not going to put community at risk. Although I know everybody didn't heed to those rules. Like, I'm sure people were still sneaking people in this hotel, but just so happened I had to stay behind. So now I'm at the hotel, and the experience that was happening is no longer happening. So a girl could slick slide, if she wanted to, and get her life. But where I'm at spiritually is I don't want to throw what I've been working on away. And also, the man is married and have a child. Now, of course, he does not mind. Let me come over there and warm you up. I miss that. I miss that tight, pee in arm. Let me come over there and warm you up. You stayed behind for a reason. We got unfinished business. Cause, girl, I'll be lying if I say I wasn't flirting with the man. Of course I flirt with the man. Of course, girl, we gonna have something, girl. I'm still human, girl. I ain't dead. So yes, I have been messaging the man, flirting with the man. Yes, we gonna be honest about that. I've been flirting with the man. I've been messaging him, flirting with him. But I've been here over a week, and I ain't done nothing with that man. You know what I've done? I've done this. This is what I've done. Like the hit, wrote a song about it. Here it go. This is what I've done. This is what I've been doing. You take this, and you take this. My God has got on today. And you put them together. And you be up here. I was so embarrassed. I was so loud in this room yesterday. I know if somebody was in the room next door, I know they heard me. But baby, you got to work with what you got, honey. We've come this far by faith. Mm-hmm. We've come this far by faith. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna be I'm not a nun. I'm not a nun. But I only been getting something from myself. A man, a woman. But my struggle, because, the idea of intimacy and being with people does cross my mind. But my biggest struggle has been food. I have been replacing those sexual desires with food. And when I was in New York the week before last, for my son's birthday. Well, that was last week actually. So when I was in, no, the week before last, because today is Monday. But when I was in New York for my son's birthday, I did have a cocktail. And so, the old me would have justified, replacing, like having a drink like here because this was the setting for that. Like the first night they had an open bar, and the second night I think they went to a club where they were doing a drag show. And so there were several opportunities to drink. There's a bar in the hotel. So there were several opportunities to drink. But I understand that drinking leads to smoking. And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting down drinking and smoking because I think that all things are good in moderation. The question is if they're good for me. You understand what I'm saying? And so I didn't want to introduce alcohol into the equation because alcohol would have lied to me and told me that you knew that man before he got married. But the truth of the matter is that he entered a contract with that woman. It's not all about, oh, he's married, he's with her, and you need to respect that bond because God put them together. Like it's not that deep for me. It's just the fact that he entered a contract with that woman. He took vows with that woman, and I am not about to get in between the contract that he made with that woman because I don't want the ancestors who are protecting me and the ancestors who are guiding me and the ancestors who are walking with me to say, you know what, I'm frustrated with your ass. I'm finna go ahead and take me a nap and I'm finna go and clock out and just let whatever come at you because you want to be hard headed and you want to sleep with this married man. It doesn't matter if he's telling you he love you. It doesn't matter if y'all sexual chemistry is amazing. Leave that man alone. And so the thing that I knew about myself is I don't trust myself to have a couple of drinks and not let that alcohol go to whispering in my ear, go ahead and have that man, that woman. I knew in my sobriety I would be able to resist those desires. Because let's be clear, drunk or sober, the desire is there. People blame it on the alcohol, but you drank that alcohol because you knew that alcohol was going to give you the courage and the permission to do what you wanted to do anyway. The alcohol just freed you up to go ahead and do what you want to do. You already wanted to do it. You just use the alcohol as an excuse to do what was already in your heart to do. And so, no. And see, when you hit that weed, then you want that alcohol. And so it's basically you setting yourself up to do what you want to do what you already wanted to do. But the way that I have been suppressing these desires is through eating. And that's what caused me to jump on this live today is to like hold myself accountable. I'm definitely, I think some of the eating is stress related because I'm realizing, between the maternal figures in my life, we're approaching this season where the care is coming to the forefront, like caring for my elders. And one of the things that I'm witnessing in this reality, because the FDA will put anything on a plate that's been seasoned and ain't spoiled and will tell you that it's edible. And so we're seeing a lot of things in this project, in this science project that is America, that is Los Platica. We're seeing a lot of things manifest in people health wise. We're seeing people experience a lot of different health issues, a lot of different health challenges because because of the witchery, the 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 magic, the spells that these people is casting over processed meat and dairy products and just all the conjuring that these folks is doing in kitchens and putting it on tables that is affecting people in the long run. And I see so much suffering in the hospital. Like, people just, a lot of us just, for the most part, society, people in society just aren't aging well. Like, this is not, like, aging well is not a norm in our reality. Like, people for the most part, like, going to the hospital, being sick and suffering, you know, people just aren't aging well, and I'm gonna let you know I'm not interested in any of this. I done seen so many of my ancestors suffering on hospital beds, because of what they giving us to eat and what they allowing us to consume. People just aren't aging well. And I don't want no parts of that. You know, I'm gonna be here for my elders and I'm gonna care for my elders, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, with all this stuff that's going on with Donald Trump, with all this stuff that's going on with Donald Trump, there's a part of me, because I'm a complex being, there's a part of me that I want, when I'm writing grants, I'm praying that somebody will actually give me a decent amount of money, because they don't give you any real amount of money. And what do you expect for people to, like, manifest in an environment where gas prices, like regular things that people need, are through the roof? Like, inflation is real. And a lot of times when I finally do get money, I be trying to get caught up, you know, and give back to the people who have sown into me. Make sure that we caught up, make sure that we're sustaining ourselves. I probably should have drank some tea. My throat is really, really cutting up. But like, my throat is cutting the fuck up. But yeah, it's like, I want to get land, I want to get property. I want that's what I really want. I want land restoration. Like, I want land, and I want to be left alone. I want fertile land, and I want the stuff to grow food, the things that we need to grow food. And I want people around me who know how to build. And I want us to be left alone. That's what I want. I want to leave the world to be the world, leave the world to do what the world do. But I know a lot of this is not going to be able to happen right now, because if we being perfectly honest, I can't I can't totally live in seclusion, because there's a generation of elders that I care about. And I wouldn't be able to move them to the village because let's just be honest with ourselves. At this point, some of our elders need the matrix. You know, I think I could barely make it outside of the matrix. It would definitely, like, I would definitely have to convert to homegrown food, like food grown out of the earth. I would have to like fully convert because as long as I'm living in the matrix, as long as I'm living in this simulation, I'ma still eat the stuff that I don't have any business eating, and I'm not gonna be able to go off my medication because I'm still eating stuff that's poison in my body. I know this because I get my blood checked every 4 to 6 months, and I know how this shit works, and I know what I be doing. Like I be eating. Sometimes I be eating garbage, and just because it's vegan does not mean it's healthy. Like it's still processed as hell. So you can eat garbage vegan food. Like you cannot eat meat and still be eating garbage. And so I would have to completely convert to a raw diet. Like I would have to completely convert to a raw diet, healthy, like be intentional about making healthy choices. I think that I could survive without my medication living off the land, but my diet would have to completely change. It would have to completely change. I cannot drink. I cannot smoke. I cannot I cannot eat all that bullshit ass food. I can't do none of that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy Gemini season. I could not do any of that. You know, and because if we're gonna be honest, that's what's killing. That's what like people gotta die. Death is a part of life, but that's what's killing people. Like it's the stuff we're eating. It's the cold drinks, the Kool-Aid, the sodas, the cakes, the pies, the cookies, the desserts, the processed this, the processed that. Like it's all a slow death. It's a slow death, and you end up suffering on hospital beds because of the things that we've made choices with in our diet. The word is literally in the word die, and then they put a T on it. Because this is how you're going to die. Your diet is literally in the word. And so I think that if I was to, live off the land, get into farming, and really, really change and make that a consistent practice, but in order for me to do that, I gotta be able to step away from the simulation, and it's hard for me to step away from the simulation because I got people who I love who cannot leave this simulation. Like at this point, Caucasian people, non-black people aren't the only ones dependent upon this simulation. We have elders who are dependent upon this simulation. They have eaten things, they have digested things, they've taken on things, they become accustomed to things in this matrix that they need. And like when you look at all of the machines that our elders have to be hooked up to when they go to the hospital, when you look at all of this equipment, all of this technology that they need to reverse some of the effects of some of the substances that we've digested through our diet, they would not be able to sustain themselves off the grid. And so when you get to a certain age, and see, for those who are younger, y'all normalize this because it's all you know. You've never unplugged from the matrix. You've never went into other spaces and other cultures and seen how people's bodies, like being born with some of these disabilities that we have. They are a result of all of the things that we have been mixing and matching in our diets. They're a result of a lot of the conjuring that has been taking place in our diets, our parents' diet, our grandparents' diet. What is going on within us, these perceivable disabilities, these perceivable challenges that are going on in our DNA are the result of what our parents took into their diet, our grandparents took into their diet, our great grandparents took into their diet. Because if you go into civilizations where people are living off the grid, where people are not practicing those same things in their diet, you see less of the challenges and the obstacles that we face health wise here in this country. And so we normalize it because we've never had a chance to unplug from the grid. We've never had a chance to unplug from this simulation to see that this is really not normal. Yes, in indigenous cultures and indigenous practices, there are children who are born differently abled, but the number of them is way smaller. And so the village is not overwhelmed because the village is able to support that being and show up for that being because the number of those beings are not overwhelming the village. But in American culture, the number of differently abled people is beginning to overwhelm the village. And it is because we are not, the number of differently abled people is beginning to overwhelm communities because we are giving in to all of this stuff in our diet. And so we don't have the bodies to sustain living off the grid. Right now, we don't have, like, people are being stretched so thin. People are being stretched in so many different directions. We can't even fathom how we would sustain ourselves if we were to unplug from the matrix. And so, unfortunately, a generation of us is going to have to ascend, is going to have to cross over, and living in this time and seeing this, like seeing this real time, like as we imagine uh, a space where healthier, more sovereign, self-realized beings can emerge and truly work towards evolution, understanding all that that entails, understanding that some of the people that you may want to be there with you may not be able to be there with you, and not being able to, being in between these spaces, because I don't want to go and disappear and fade off into the background while my biological mother, nor my trans mother is in transition from this realm to glory. You know, I always say, before I make my ascension, before I leave this world, I don't want my mother, either of my mothers, to have to bury me. I don't want them to have to. I don't want them to have to. Hold on. Yeah, and if you need help, I'm praying for your help. But this ain't the place to do that. So, I don't want either of my parents either, my chosen or my biological family. I don't want them. I don't want to not be able to show up for them. But I've gotten to this place in my life where I'm not gonna beat around the bush with nobody. Like I love you enough to tell you the truth. And this is what I'm realizing about myself. Both of my mamas told me, my trans mama and my biological mama, they say you have gotten so mean. And you have gotten mean. This is my veil, baby. You have gotten mean when you have Virgos telling you that you mean. You have gotten mean when you have Virgos telling you that you mean, girl. Because Virgos can be some of the meanest signs in the zodiac. My mama and my trans mama both said, "Ooh, you have gotten so mean." No, I'm maturing, and I have gotten quite honest. I've gotten very honest. So, and I'm just not in a place to be lying to people. I'm not in a place to be, I'm not in a place, I'm just not in that place anymore. If I can't be honest with you, if I can't let you know what's going on with me, if I can't be transparent about everything that I'm feeling, it's not going to work. And so, yeah, I wanted to come on here and just kind of like, this is a mixture of venting and holding myself accountable. Oh my goodness. So, Purple Prodigy and I are getting ready to take our purple vows next month. And during the summer solstice, and if you don't know what the purple vows are, the purple vows are a it's a ceremony within the practice where you arrive at this space through, fasting, through praying, through meditation, through celibacy, through all of those things. Because all of this hair that's growing on my head now, I shaved my hair earlier this year, so I have not been physical with anyone since September of last year. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, so um I haven't been intimate with anyone since the beginning of September. So the the second or third week of June will make the 9 months. Will make 9 months since I've been with somebody. And I'm recommitting to another 9 months um on the summer solstice. So I'm intentionally recommitting to another 9 months of celibacy. And it was so funny. I was talking to my oldest daughter on the phone the other day, and she was like, "Mama, you ain't gonna fuck around, and miss your man doing that bullshit." And I was like, and she was like, "Mama, you ain't gonna mess around and miss your man doing that bullshit." And I was like, "How can I miss what's mine?" That's what I told her. I was like, "How can I miss what's mine?" And that's where I'm at with it. I've been getting dreams about my future partner, and like I've been visualizing them, if I'm meant to have another partner on this side. But I've been getting dreams, and the last dream was so beautiful. Like, so I've been having some crazy dreams. So one dream, I was fighting to wake up because this guy was trying to grape me, and I was fighting to wake up. I mean, was lubing me up and everything, and I woke up before the graping happened. But the next day I had another dream, and but the next day I had another dream. Baby, you children is bored today. I see that. So the next day I had another dream, and the dream was so beautiful. Like, it was, I was asking this guy because he was trying to have sex with me, right? So I was asking him, did he want to take the purple vow with me? And I was explaining to him what the purple vow was. And so like, again, so the purple vow is, committing to celibacy, so that you can become more invested in the practice of wholeness, more invested in understanding who you are as a purple being, like really, really understanding your divine masculine, your divine feminine, mostly your divine feminine, because in this practice, we definitely feel that the divine feminine is what the divine masculine was birthed from. And so, just understanding that magic, understanding that power, so that when you come together, what you create together esoterically and in the ethers can be something that helps to evolve and shift society. And so, I was like, okay, so my intuitive counselor, believes that I'm going to have another love. And, she thinks that, love is important because you grow through those relationships. And while I have a difference of opinion, like, I don't think that I need another relationship to fully evolve because I've had a lot of them. But I do want another relationship, and I don't want it for the same reasons that I wanted them traditionally. I used to want them simply because I felt like it was important to model love to people and also to feel love. Like, of course, you want to feel love, you want to be held, you don't want to be alone. But that's not so much the thing anymore. Like, I want I still want to have faith that we can connect in physical ways and it not be toxic. Like, I still want to believe that I can physically connect with someone, that we can physically come together, and that union not be toxic. And I think that that I need that's something that I need to experience. Why do you know so much about living in poverty? Wait, why do you know so much, but you are living in poverty? Call those rich things to be in the I am. Mm, I think that was a. I think in some way you that was supposed to be a positive comment. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I want to experience like being in love, or feeling a connection with someone, and it not be like, because I will be honest, I think that a lot of my experiences have made me have like have given me the opinion of physical intimacy as a detriment, because I think that some of the most beautiful relationships that I've had in my life, they were amazing because we weren't having, sex, we weren't doing it, and so I want to know before I leave this plane that, and I don't automatically assume that cisgender love making between two heterosexual people is the most beautiful or the most magical thing, because let's be clear, a lot of them coming together is what has created this debauchery that we're in. So I don't automatically look at heterosexual intimacy or heterosexual lovemaking as magical and beautiful and special, because they came together and created this feces fiesta that we're in. like like a lot of cis people and straight people sit up and talk about gay people being abominations and trans people being abominations and calling us demonic, but y'all literally are the ones. It took y'all to come together. A lot of y'all came together and you created all of this. If it wasn't for you coming together and laying down with each other, none of this would exist. And so we don't need that. Like none of you are in a position to point any fingers, because everything that we see in this world is a product of you all being fruitful and multiplying. Everything that we see in this world is a product of y'all being fruitful and multiplying. So it's crazy that y'all call us delusional, but the biggest delusion, you can't see it. Everything that exists, everything that's messed up about this reality is because a man and a woman, a male and a female, bumped privates and brought that here. And opened the portal and brought that here. Everything that we see in this reality, all the pedophilia, all the raping, all the drugs, all the processed food, all the survival sex, everything that is manifesting in this reality is because a male and a female bumped privates and brought that here. And so I'm not moved anymore by y'all saying, oh, you're demonic, oh, you're evil, oh, you're a sin, because you're trying to project. You know how they say when you point the finger at somebody else, you got three pointing back at you? That's you. You got all those fingers are pointing. Every time you try to, you're demonic, you're the devil, you're a demon, you're this, all of that you're projecting back, because all we are is manifestations of the work that you didn't do on yourself before you decided to bring another life force here. Everything that came out of you through that act of intimacy is the product of everything that y'all didn't work on. The church did not equip you to church work on, and the government does not want you to work on. Everything that y'all birthed through those unions is the product of things that you had not worked on, things the church does not equip you to work on, and things that the government does not want you to work on. And so you birth beings that come here and reflect all the parts of yourself that were unhealed. And you think it's beautiful just because his penis fits your vagina. Just because her vagina fits your penis. Just because she was warm and gushy and you was rock hard. Oh, it's magic. No, boo, it's just simple biology. Y'all lift up sex. Y'all lift up that union like it's the Holy Grail. It's just sex. That's all it is. A hard ping and a wet pooch. That's all it is. Y'all be a man and a woman is the most beautiful thing, and it's sexy between a man and a woman, and da da da. Y'all give all that, and look at what it created. Look at the world we live in. Y'all came together and birthed hell. And so can't none of y'all preach to us about homosexuality. I never let a heterosexual person preach to me about homosexuality. Cause we wouldn't be able to see what it looked like if it wasn't for y'all. I will never let a cis heterosexual couple preach to me about transsexualism because we wouldn't be able to experience it if it wasn't for y'all. And sex is a sin outside of marriage, number one. Number two, if all the world were gay, the human race would die out. I think that the human race needs to die out. No species is supposed to last forever. No species is ever lasted forever. We were something before we were this. It's time for us to evolve. Who wants to be humans forever? Who the hell wants to be humans forever? That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all so caught up in the Bible, y'all stuck, and y'all trying to make all of us be stuck with y'all. Like, who wants to be a human forever? And the people who want to be humans forever, this my platform not for y'all. My platform is not for you. If you don't want to evolve beyond humanity and you want to be humans forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, this platform is not for you. If the sanctity of a man and a woman coming together and creating life is what you see for the rest of eternity, if you never want to evolve beyond humanity, this is not the platform for you. Please, by all means, unfollow me. Because I feel like this is a trap. This is a prison. And life will always find a way. Hell yeah, as humans, we stink. I can't stand this animal flesh. I can't wait for a new body. All right now, baby, I can't disagree with that. And I am I am learning to navigate this body. You know, and I'll be 50 years old next year and I'm still learning to navigate this body. You know, I don't curse it, I don't condemn it, I don't put it down, but I used to. I used to feel like this was a prison. And when I felt like it was a prison, I was causing my body to decay and I was causing my body harm because, you know, if you say, you know, what I've noticed about flesh, like even like when a mama is talking to a baby inside of the womb, if you constantly hearing negative thoughts and negative, you're not getting any positive feedback, like everything you're being told is negative, then that can impact the health of the baby. Um, Puppy Power 20. Now with a name like Puppy Power, I want to let you know that what you're not about to do, I'm trying to hear you out because you really ain't said like you it's okay to believe what you believe. But what you not gonna do is come over here and think that because that's what you believe and that's what you have accepted, that that makes it true for everybody. Because it doesn't. Now, if you don't have that much wherewithal and understanding to know that that's your belief, like I'm on my platform, I'm not on Puppy Power 20 telling you what to believe and how to think, okay? Now, if you don't have that much intellectual bandwidth, you're going to have to get the fuck up off this page. You can say what you want to say on Puppy Power 20. Because there's your God and there's the actual creator. And the creator's word speaks through everything that the creator made. It's all a part of that being. And unfortunately, y'all done came together and y'all done procreated so many times. Because marriage on a piece of paper by a corrupt government does not make y'all coming together right. Marriage ordained by crooked preachers and a crooked government does not make y'all coming together right. It does not automatically equate a blessed and prosperous union just because you got your paperwork in order under a corrupt regime. Let's be clear. And everything that y'all saying is God's word, yeah, it may be a smidget of the creator's word, but we all got a piece of that truth locked in us. And what it is y'all want to cherry pick the word. Just like y'all cherry picked that Bible. But the creator got a lot of words. Let's take the story of Job, for example. Y'all always talking about the devil this and the devil that. But even in the Bible, your God communicated with the devil. Your God had regular conversations with the devil. In the matter of Job, Satan went into heaven and held a conversation with your God. So if your God is in conversation with the devil, why in the hell wouldn't you talk to the devil yourself? Why wouldn't you have a relationship with the devil if your God does? If the devil is allowed to walk around in heaven, the place that you're dying to get to, the place that you're striving and working hard and judging and condemning others to get to, if the devil already has access to it, is it really this place you making it out to be? You dying to get to a place where the devil already at. Make that make sense. Yeah, all dumb comments are being removed and you're being put in timeout for 24 hours. So, I want to be clear. You see, I've let certain comments stay. Um, I've let certain comments stay because people are entitled to their opinion. So I let you, you can have your opinion as long as I don't think it's a dumb one. If I think it's a dumb one, I have to know you gotta go, bitch. I have to know you gotta go, bitch. Bye. Cause that's what we not about to do. Like, I could sit here and listen because I do want to be someone who has the capacity to hear other people's thoughts and hear some people's opinions. But when you saying something and it sound bottish to me, like you sound like a bot, you sound like you coming to try to throw me off what I'm talking about, I have to know you gotta go, bitch. So, but I think I said everything that I wanted to say, because I don't, it's been an hour, and I needed to vent a little bit. I needed to hold myself accountable, about just how I've been eating, you know. So yeah, I had to hold myself accountable about how I've been eating, and just how I've been processing, these days have been feeling extremely spiritual. Like I've been feeling like a lot of spiritual warfare going on within me. And again, how I've been dealing with all of that is, the my vices have been eating, and I have not been feeling comfortable about that. I've been having body dysphoria in a way that, bitch, everything I put on I feel fat. And this is no shade to heavier people, to bigger people. Um I appreciate y'all carrying all that. I appreciate big people. I think that big people carry a lot of trauma in their body. I think that they carry a lot of our suffering. I think that they carry a lot of our ancestral pain, and I think a lot of them carry it well. I think that they are able to be grounded in this reality and be fully present in this reality. And it takes a powerful being to do that. It takes a different kind of power. And it's not my ministry, though. It's not my ministry. That's not my ministry. But I could definitely appreciate it. I could definitely, baby, I could appreciate when I tell you how much I appreciate it, because I'm a person who can gain weight really easily and I could lose weight really, really easily. It's getting harder to lose the weight because food is becoming, and it's not, and I, because food can be good, like healthy food can be good. It's just an abusive relationship that I think I have with food. Like I have an abusive relationship with food. Like, and I think that I don't like having an abusive relationship with food. I don't like having an abusive relationship with anything. I don't like having an abusive relationship with intimacy. I don't like having an abusive relationship with anything that I'm dealing with. I want to honor it. I want to treasure it. I want to appreciate it. I want to see the value in it. That's why I love to treat myself to an expensive meal, because baby, you not finna guzzle that. You not finna just run through that. Like if you spend a cute coin on a meal, if you spend a cute coin on anything, you not just gonna guzzle it down and rush through it because you spent a cute little coin on it. So it's gonna make you treasure that. And I think that was the beautiful thing about when our ancestors worked in the fields and they grew their own fruits and vegetables. When you work hard for something, you appreciate it. You don't just mistreat it. But when something is just handed to you and you didn't have to put no work in for that, and it's just handed to you, you just devour it. That's one of the reasons why I like standing over the stove cooking my meals, because I treasure it, because I know the time. That's why when I'm traveling and I'm away from home and I have to eat out, I am gluttonous and I just kind of like devour things. I be trying to have discipline with it, but I just kind of like devour stuff because I didn't cook it. I don't know. I don't value the time that was put into it. The how I diced up the onions and how I diced up the bell peppers and how I made sure that the skillet or the pot was just right. How I boiled the water at the perfect temperature. How I kneaded the dough. You know, all of the vegetables that I put in, all the seasonings that I put in, all of the time and preparation. Then sometimes the air conditioner not working, so I'm standing over a hot stove sweating. Everything that I put into that meal, all of the energy and the love and the thoughtfulness that I put into preparing that meal, making that meal come out just so. And then when I eat it, I don't want to rush it because I took my time and I made this. So I want to take my time and I want to enjoy it. And so when I'm traveling, my diet get thrown completely off. And then you know they gotta be putting some stuff in the food because I be eating the food and the food don't even much be tasting good. Now I ain't gonna lie. I had a tuna wrap from JJ's last night. That motherfucker was rolling. That tuna wrap was rolling. But I mean, and I watched them make it. Like I watched them and they made it exactly like I said to make it. That thing was rolling. That thing was rolling. But a lot of this stuff I be ordering, it don't even much taste good. And I still be ordering it. I love tuna too, especially when it be the thick, chunky kind. Like it don't be that soft, squishy, cheap ass canned tuna. Like you know when it's the real tuna. It be chunky. It be heavy. It be heavy, heavy. Yes, honey. I'll eat tuna on the sponge. I love. Okay, tuna. Yeah, that tuna was good, baby. JJ's wasn't playing with that tuna, honey. So it's like, but like I've been eating some stuff and like it don't even much be good. Like that's how I know they putting stuff in the food. Like you eating stuff, it's gotta be something in the, because you are finished eating it and you like, that wasn't even that good. Then you'll turn around and order that shit again. This wasn't even that good. Did DoorDash is a whole hustle, like DoorDash and Uber. Like you paying an extra $20 for them to deliver your food, and your food not even hot when you get it. Like this world we living in, like it's crazy to spend an extra $20 for cold food. That is diabolical. So like I just need to unplug. I need. I hope you have a good day. Thank you, Isaac. I gotta, I'm trying to come out of this. I'm trying to find balance in this simulation because my ultimate goal is like land, like reclaiming land and land stewardship. And what I'm gonna be looking towards doing, because like where I'm at in this part of the journey, like um this is like really like the third month. Like we going into the third month of the cycle for me, because we didn't celebrate New Year's until April the 1st. So we celebrated the new cycle when spring was officially in effect. and we began celebrating a new cycle April 1st. So we pretty much going into June is like the third month, like the year just warming up for me. So the cycle is just warming up for me. But next year, I want to do like some next cycle. I want to do like some traveling, and I want to get back into nature because I feel like I'm getting so caught up in this simulation that I just don't want to be like, I don't want to be 100% in this reality. Like I want to remember, like I feel like I need to ground myself, and I feel like when I don't see nothing but hotel rooms and buildings and everything, like Uber Eats and DoorDash and just everything's so matrixy. Like I need to remember, and I don't want to look at it as a struggle. Like, when I'm in nature, like I want to get me a tent and go and pitch it in the woods. And I don't want to be afraid to be in nature. I don't want to be uncomfortable to be in nature. I want to be, and that's what I feel like. I need that. I need that balance. I need that for my mental. I need that for my mind to work right. Cause I think a lot of people that I be arguing with on this internet, they just 100% in this matrix. They completely in assimilation. They completely, like, some of y'all is completely in assimilation. If you were to take y'all out this simulation, y'all wouldn't know what to do. Y'all wouldn't know where to go. Y'all wouldn't know how to survive. And I don't want to be that person. And sometimes I feel like I'm so caught up in this simulation that's like I feel like I'm getting getting pulled into this bitch 100%. And I need balance. I need balance, and I know that's what wealthy people do. Like I know, like wealthy smart people. Like I know RuPaul ain't 100% in this simulation. I remember RuPaul used to show us the ranch and the farm and all that. Like when wealthy people disappear, that's where they be at. They be out in the country somewhere. They be out in the mountains. They be out in the woods, finding their balance. But here us is the little sheep, the little worker bees. We in the fake reality, the fake dimension, all day, every day. We in the simulation all day, every day. We ain't never checking out, going on retreats, going in the woods. And then when you go on the retreats and go in the woods, you got to actually get off your phone, baby. You got to actually stop eating the things you was eating and stop doing the drugs that you was doing, baby. You got to check out from all of that. When you actually go out into nature and you go and exist in nature, you actually gotta unplug from the matrix. Because if you bring the matrix with you, child, you just in the woods. Like you got to really actually change your mindset. You got to really, really tune in. You got to really, really hear from that word, from the creatures of the forest, from the elements, from the energies. You gotta really unplug so you could tap in when you having that experience. And so this year, this cycle, I gotta make time for those moments. I gotta make time for those moments to unplug because I know I still got to show up for my aging family members, both chosen and biological. I got to show up for them. And as I was saying earlier in the video, they're not going to be unplugging from this. My mama is not unplugging from this. My mama is never going to live off the grid. My chosen mama is not about to live off the grid. At this point, it is what it is. I got family members that ain't never living off the grid. And if I want to have a relationship with them, if I want to be in their life, if I want to see them before they go to the other side, if I want to be able to have my goodbyes with them in this reality, then guess what? I'm not going to be able to say F the grid altogether either. I'm not going to be able to say, okay, well, I'm finna go live off the grid. I'm about to disappear. And I don't care about when they make their ascension. I don't care about when they change bodies. I don't care about when they change forms. I don't need to see none of that. I'm finna be off the grid. That is not a reality for me. And I do that when an ambulance passes. It reminds me that this is a cycle. Because, I think about the cycle of life. And so I do the infinity symbol when I hear like a siren. But yeah, I'm at this big age. I'm finna be 49 in a couple of weeks, and I'm moving away from celebrating my birthday. So, y'all may not see me make a big deal out of it, but I'm celebrating the solstice that's around my birthday. But I realized that when I went to South Africa for them 9 months in 2020, and they hit us with that COVID, I was like, if anything happened to my mama and I don't get to say goodbye to my mama, I would be devastated. I would be devastated. If anything happened to my mama, I would be devastated. If I wasn't here to say goodbye to her, if I wasn't here to honor her, if I wasn't. Here to do that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Even with my trans mother, like being here to like honor her. Like but I have to have balance though, so I don't forget, because this is not all there is, and a lot of us, we think that this is all there is, because this is all we see, this is all we take part in. Charlie Wilson, you is funny. All I got is my name, $4, and a half a pack of Marlboro Reds. And you need to throw them Marlboro Reds away. And you need to throw them Marlboro Reds at. Don't hide your face. Don't hide who you are. Oh, child, I am covering my face. It's not the same thing. Covering and hiding are not the same. Are not the same. Covering and hiding are not the same. I'm covering my face as a protective measure. Never hiding. Covering. Know the difference, boo boo. You look like Madea and sound like Vin Rames. Thank you. My Madea was a powerful woman, and Ben Rames has a powerful voice. So thank you for acknowledging my power. Thank you. Madea is a powerful name. It means a wise and elderly feminine being. And Vin Rames is a powerful actor who has a powerful voice. So thank you for acknowledging that you see power. Thank you. Ashe, I received that fully. You just gave me two powerful compliments. Thank you. But as I was saying, I really, really am just in this space of healing, and I'm happy to be in this space of being able to acknowledge what I want to contribute to society, as I feel like we enter a chapter where a lot of things are about to be revealed. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to close. So next month, we're getting ready to do the next month we're getting ready to do next month we're getting ready to do the purple vow. And in this purple vow, I don't have any thoughts about Bitcoin. And in this purple vow, we are taking a moment to intentionally wait, to intentionally, like, cause my daughter, my newest protege, has not had sex in 4 years. And I'm coming up on, like I said, my 9 months. And then it's gonna be, so when we take these vows, it's gonna be another 9 months. So we're doing a wedding. It's a wedding ceremony, but it's a marriage to ourselves. Okay? And I think that this is a beautiful ritual to marry yourself before you marry someone else. That's powerful, you know. And I think as queer people, as trans people, we are taught that even less than straight people. And I think that this would be a beautiful model, not just for queer people, but for straight people. Jesus Christ saves. He's only a prayer away. And being Christed, my God is God on today. That's only a prayer away too. Being Christed. Being Christed. You know what that means, Randy? Do you know what it means to be Christed? Do you know what it means to activate your crown chakra? So now I was going to leave you on and let you talk. I was going to leave you on and let you talk. But now you've started to say foolish things because you've come into my comment section to center a man. You want a penis in your mouth. And you're not going to be able to have a penis in your mouth on this live, okay, baby? Go put a spiritual penis in your mouth somewhere else, okay, baby? Alrighty then. Go suck those spiritual dicks somewhere else, okay, baby? Alright? Alright? Are you feeling something too rigid? Do you need a timeout too rigid? Who you talking about when you say stop playing with the Bible? You talking to me, rigid? Say it with your chest. Cause you're not gonna come on here and suck spiritual dicks in my comment section. Go suck that dick somewhere else, baby, okay? Right? Right? Not J Joy. Who is he, baby? That's what I want to know. Who is he? Cause my pronouns are they them. Ain't no he's on here. Ain't no he's on here. Ain't no I'm they them. I am my mother and my father, my great grandmothers and my great grandfathers, my great great grandmothers and my great great grandfathers. I am whole. I am she and he. I am they. Yes. Ain't no he's on here, fed. Ain't no he got us into this mess. And they gonna get us out. He got us into this mess. But they gonna get us out. That's a word. My God is God on today. Girl, all of the trends I know, you are the most chill, respectful, come on, none extra beautiful person I know, loving it. Thank you, Sandy B. Love. Will the they? Thank you, J Joy. Thank you, J Joy. But yeah, so the thing that we weren't taught when I was growing up, the thing that we weren't the thing that we weren't feeling when I was growing up, we weren't taught to respect ourselves. We were taught, whether we was born male or female. Females, if you was born female, you was born to worship that man and put that man on a pedestal. And if you was born male, you was born to want to be that man so you could be put on that pedestal. But we wasn't taught to love our whole selves. We wasn't taught to love the feminine in us if we was born male, and we wasn't taught to love the masculine in us if we was born female. And I'ma say this to you, Adi come by 5049. Adi come by 5049. It says, this guy is nuts. And I know, and I don't know you, and I could tell already. And I guarantee you, if I was to go and look at your page, if I was to leave here right now and go and look at your page, you probably don't have any content for me to dissect your character. You probably this probably a burner account that, and you probably don't have no content where I could go and dissect your character like you can dissect mine, because I'm vulnerable enough to get in front of the camera and speak. And anyone who is living through this, and I guarantee you, if I was to sit with you for 48 hours or 72 hours, we would find that your assessment of me is really a projection of you. If we were to sit with you for 3 days, for 72 hours, we will find that your assessment of me is actually a projection of who you are. But it's easy for you to say who I am because I'm vulnerable enough to open up and let you see. So you're an idiot. Out the door, you gotta go, bitch. So, but as I was saying, when we grow up, we're not put in a situation where we can learn who we are. We are brought into this reality and we are taught to penis ride. You know, if you are born female, you are literally groomed to penis ride. And if you are born male, you are groomed to see penis as a thing to be. I want to be your dick. I want to be a big penis because people will love me for my big penis. They'll put me to work, and I'll be respected. And so we don't really get a chance to learn to love ourselves. And so I'm approaching 50 years old and I'm finally getting to this place where this is so crazy. I laugh at this because life is so ass backwards. Um, I was watching this interview that this boy was doing, and I'm gonna read your comment, Sandy. I was watching this video that this man made. He said he just listened to Drake's new album, and I don't know if Drake just came out with another album, but he said Drake is turning 40 years old, still calling himself a boy, and through the whole album he kept saying I. He must have said 500 times. He must have said I 500 times in the whole album. And I've been with men who were in their 30s still calling, hey, it's your boy, what up, it's your boy, it's your boy, it's your boy. And that's that Peter Pan Neverland mentality. And don't get me wrong, like now where I am in my journey of self-discovery, I don't think that there's nothing wrong with being in touch with your inner child. I don't think that it's anything wrong with being led by your inner child. I think that the inner child is the most beautiful and strongest part of ourselves, but I do think that the inner child needs to mature. I think that the inner child, if your inner child is still using gender roles, if your inner child is still a girl or a boy, in my opinion, your inner child is not healed because your inner child doesn't see gender. A child is not taught to see gender. This is why they don't want you to be one. If your child is a she or a he, that is not your true inner child because your inner child does not have a gender. This is why your Bible says you must become like a child because that child is like God. God got us. That child does not see gender. That child does not see sex. That child is not thinking about sex. That child sees spirit. That child sees energy. And so when your inner child is healed, you won't be maneuvering in a way that says, I'm a little boy. I'm a little girl. I'm a girl or a boy. No, I am a child. I am a child of the divine. And a child does not have a gender. A child is whole. A child is what you are is before this matrix starts breaking you down. Okay, let me read and see if I need to start booting some people out of here. People need to stop judging others. Nobody know nobody's pain. It is very disrespectful for him to come at you like that, love. But I can tell you are strong, love, and you keep your strongest going. Thank you, Sandy. I can tear your tell your heart is big, and don't let go. Don't let no negative put you into a negative space. Keep that level head you have, sweetie, because you are definitely loved. Thank you. I mean, I can tell. I understood what you meant. Okay, so Max Mackle, we gonna take a moment. We're gonna tarry just for a moment with you. Jesus Christ loves you and wants a personal relationship with you. Repent and let he bless your heart. It's some more dick riding in the comments. So you came here to dick ride, Mackie. So you gotta go. No dick riders in the comment section. We're not gonna do that here. So you gotta go, Mackie. Bye. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This ain't my space. But why are you attempting to redefine gender? Forget religious doctrine. Let's look at hundreds of years of science. Um, I'm not attempting to redefine anything, and I'm sorry, or my apologies, if that is what you're gathering in your limited understanding of my communication. What I am doing is expressing a different perspective, and those who have an ear, let them hear it. Those who don't, this is not your space, as you said earlier. And hundreds of years versus eons, you do that math. Sit with that and choose your next words carefully. But again, this isn't your space, so you can exit or I can help you exit. But just because a couple of hundreds of years says one thing, do you know how long humans have existed in various forms? And this is not restrictive. Like this doesn't even hold true to all over the world. Like there are 4 and 5 genders in other countries. Like this is not even the standard for the whole planet. And you can come here with a couple of hundred years in the eons that humans have walked the planet. Miss me with the bull. Okay? Just because I'm trying to have an expanded conversation doesn't mean that I'm trying to redefine anything. It's given very limited in your capacity. It's given very limited. And we don't live in limitation or lack over here. So this is not your space. Stop trying to police people's identities and give people the freedom and the space to evolve. How about that? How about we try that? You got to go. This nigga said, I have two masters I comprehend. What does that mean? Master gave you some letters behind your name. What does that mean? Not you flexing about Master giving you some letters behind your name. Not you flexing. Child, let's go. Bye, Pooh. Master gonna sell us tomorrow. It's giving very much Master gonna sell us tomorrow. Master gonna sell us tomorrow. Yes. Yes. Master gonna sell us tomorrow. That nigga said, I got two masters behind my name. Girl. I can't make this shit up. Oh man, I can't make this shit up. Ah. Whoa, can't turn around. They never fail me yet. Oh, can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. We've come this far by faith. Leaning on love. Trusting in our ancestors. They never failed us yet. Oh, oh, can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. Sandy said, I'm not a racist person, but I'm definitely going to keep it real. History and back then, they wanted us to worship their color with lies. Mm. I believe in God, not another human being who made up rules and lies, sweetie. You're just beautiful, and I am too. They're just hating. What song you are singing sounds familiar. It is. It came from the Christian church. I just changed the words. I changed a lot of them. I changed a lot of the words to them songs. It's an old song that old folks used to sing in church. You are a Catholic Christian. No, I'm not a Catholic Christian, but I do think that if I did practice Christianity, I think Catholic would be the closest thing to it because they do honor a mother. So I definitely can resonate with the spirit told you to jump on the line for spirit had called you on the line for a prodigy. Oh, I got a piece stuck in my teeth. Excuse me. That spirit woke me up and said, "Go on YouTube." Oh, child, these bottoms have been vicious in this comment section. Hey, don't you talk about my Jesus. I was rides for him. I'm just gonna ride him in the spirit worlds. It's only one way, him the fathers. Him the fathers, and I'ma ride him. I just randomly came here. Seemed like y'all having an interesting conversation. It's always interesting over here, Lucky. But yeah, I'm about to head out, love. Till next time. You stay beautiful. Thank you, Sandy. Have a beautiful day, Sandy. Be love. And King 85 say, "Are you trans, baby?" That's one of my names. That's one of the labels that I've been given in society. I hope that answers your question. That's one of the labels that society has given me. If that's the language you need to understand who I am, then sure, baby. If that language helps you to understand how I show up, absolutely, poo poo. Absolutely, poo poo. The bottoms are protecting that penis, protecting that white penis down, boots. Uh huh. You know they don't play about him. They don't play about that man. They gonna ride him and ride for him. And the gag is he didn't even want that. He said, "I leave you to do greater things than I have done." But I don't want the type of followers that's gonna watch me die. Y'all talk all of that for Jesus, but baby, when Jesus' actual followers was there, they didn't try to go to the cross with him. They watched him die. I don't need that type of bitch. I don't need them type of worshipers, supporters, followers. Y'all can keep that. Y'all can keep that, baby. You can keep that type of loyalty. You can keep that all to yourself, fat. I don't want none of that. Watch me die on the cross. Watch me be nailed him. They pierced him in his side. They pierced him in his side. for them. One day when they were lost, he died upon that cross. And they knowed it was the blood for them. And they knowed it was the blood. It's giving vampire to me. Vampiric teeth. Vampiric teeth. Baby, I don't need y'all on. I see you have a healthy amount of haters. Funny how judgmental people can be. And the reason why it doesn't bother me is because people jumping in this comment section saying things to me really speaks to people jumping in this comment section saying negative things to me really speaks to how oppressed people feel, like how suppressed and how repressed people feels. This is a place where they can come on live. Some of them are bots, so. But this is a place where they could come on live, escape their little mundane lives, where they go to work and they do everything that they're told, like the little bots that they are, like the little human NPCs they are. Um, they have a place where they can, in your mind you're real, but they get a chance to come on here and they get a chance to talk shit to somebody who they feel like is beneath them, and so that they can have some value in their life, so they can feel important, so they can feel like, whew, I got a place to, like. And people like them will never stand up against the system. They will never stand up against the real entities that have them bitter and have them upset and have them miserable. They'll never stand up against them. These are the type of, and when men do it, they're the type of men who unalive their wives. They're the type of men who beat up on children, who think that a woman needs to stay in her place, who they're red pills. They're red pill men who think that they're alphas, but they're all betas, not even betas. And the type of women who do things like this are women who have never literally done anything without a man approving of it, who live for a man's approval. Whether it's the son, the husband, the father, or the make-believe father, some man got to co-sign it. They constantly seeking validation. But when men do it, it's because they know that this reality is fragile and falling apart. They know it's messed up, but they want to punch down on someone that they feel in their mind is beneath them. And so I provide a space for them to talk down to someone who they feel like is beneath them. But this is what I want all of you to know, and this is what I want all of you to get. Up is down and down is up. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well. When it's time for us to snatch off of these, when it's time for us to snatch off these costumes, these flesh costumes, and when it's time for us to reveal who we are, when it's time for us to take off all of this stuff, and it's time for that great reveal, a lot of you who have been standing as tall as giants, when you pull off that costume and we get the chance to see who you really are, we're going to see a slug. We're going to see a snail. Something you could pour salt on and end. Some of y'all chose these big old bodies and these big old strong bodies and these big old strong voices. And bitch, when we do the great reveal in the end and we see who you really are celestially, we see who you really are in the ether, we see who you really are cosmically, it's gonna get very much earthworm. Not that earthworms aren't valuable, because they keep the soil rich. But it's gonna give very much termite. It's gonna give very much buggy poo. I don't understand that. What you talking about poo? These trolls are pickle starving, wanting their cake smashed and disrespected at the nearest motel. Girl, how resentful and self-hating they feel deep down for trapping themselves in that musty ass closet and taking their anger out on beings that they strived and really wish they could be. Cause the funny thing about it is, a lot of these men will jump in my comment section talking about, are you gay? Are you trans? Are you this? Are you that? And be the main ones in hotel rooms like this. You chose the cowards and the weak is later. They gonna see an egg on all fools. All times. Bleeding me. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. The very ones that be in my comment section talking big shit in my comment section be the main ones in hotel rooms like this. Oh, it's all a facade. It's all a facade. Then they go sit next to the female who's sitting up dragging, talking about Tran is this and Tran is that. And they go dick her down. And she be, oh, he's a big, strong man. And just 5 minutes ago, he was more holding you. Bitches, bitch, he was like this, bitch. Bitch, they be power bottoms, bitch. Bitch, I mean, bitch, they be mighty morphin power bottoms, girl. The big, that boy is a bottom, a filthy ass bottom, a mega bottom. Dig all in his bottom. The main ones that be sitting up there talking all that be having the loosest booties. The loosest booties. Let me tell you something. I haven't had anal sex in 2 years. 2 years, honey. It's been 2 years since I had anal sex. 2 years. And y'all literally, it's men out there who y'all identifying and calling men who literally had penis last night. Y'all calling them kings and all that. Literally, this man, some of the most masculine looking men, the most masculine looking men, then had way more dick than me. I mean, way more dick than me. Way more dick than me. This is why it gets iffy when we get to, and this is no disrespect to my gay brothers. This is no disrespect to my gay brothers. But I'm going to have to call a thing a thing. The reason why y'all not mad at males for looking like women because y'all loved Prince. Y'all y'all teased Michael Jackson, but y'all loved Michael Jackson. Y'all love Little Richie. Y'all not mad about a feminine looking black man. What you don't like is a man who is taking men from you. You don't like a man you gotta compete with, a man who you competing with for dick. You're not really concerned about a man looking like a woman, because if that man still like women, y'all okay with it. So let's just go ahead and tell the truth. You're not mad at a man for looking like a woman or a male for looking like a woman. You're mad at a male who wants to be with another man. You mad with a man who's taking what you feel like the prize is from you, because you've been bred to believe that men are the prize. And on no day am I having more dick than a gay man who is having dick. I'm not, like, trans women will say, gay men be mad at us because we can have all the dicks that they want to have. No, we can have the dicks that they want to have, and those dudes don't be ashamed. Those dudes will be more visible. Like a trans woman can pluck, and the down low man who is, in his baby phases of acceptance, of accepting who he is, because that's all it is. He's in a baby form of acceptance. He haven't fully accepted himself, but he will still sleep with that butch queen. He will still sleep with that gay man. He's just gonna do the same way he does the trans woman with the female. He gonna pick the female over the trans woman. He gonna pick the trans woman over the gay man, but he gonna pick the feminine gay man over the masculine gay man, because in his mind, this is how he's still maintaining the illusion of dominance. It's all about the illusion of dominance. It's not even about what he really wants. It's about what's helping him to maintain the illusion of dominance, the illusion of power. And Funky Dineva made this video the other day. And when Funky Dineva was talking in the video, um, he said that black men were saying, well, what do Funky know about, like, gay men, the gays and the women aren't a threat to patriarchy. Well, they're not a threat to the system. And Funky Dineva's argument was, well, not all gay men are feminine. Some gay men present just as heterosexual as just as straight men. And that just, goes to show you how penis centered Funky Dineva is, because men who perform masculinity are not a threat to a system that was created by performative masculinity. Let me say that again for people who process information at a slower rate. Men who perform masculinity are the least, they're the last ones that are going to be a threat in a system that was created by performative masculinity. Like, that's the biggest lie that this reality is threatened by real masculinity. How can masculinity be a threat to a masculine system? Somebody, anybody, hurry up, make it make sense. How can a real man, a king, a god, be a threat to patriarchy? How can a god, a king, a real man, how can someone who performs masculinity in the way that it is expected to be performed, how can someone who is the idea of what it means to be a real man, how can that be a threat to patriarchy? How can that be a threat to this system? Make that shit make sense. Why would you be a threat to something you're in line with? Why would you be a threat to something you subscribe to? Make that make sense. Talking about women aren't a threat, and trans and, well, they didn't. Funky Dineva didn't say gay men weren't a threat. Funky Dineva said trans. Funky Dineva said gays and women weren't a threat. Gay men who perform masculinity, who align themselves with this system, are not a threat because it's their system. Digging in each other booty hole ain't new. The Romans was doing that. Alexander the Great had a male lover, and Alexander the Great conquered the known world. People been digging in each other booty hole. That's not new. The reason why it was accepted was because they dug in each other's booty hole and they still performed masculinity. See, that's the caveat. That's the bit of nuance. You need to be digging in each other's peanut butter boxes and still performing masculinity. That's socially acceptable. You can even be a pedophile and a graper if you perform masculinity. You can be a pedophile, you could be a graper, you could dig in each other's peanut butter boxes, but make sure that you're performing that patriarchy. Otherwise, you're a threat. You can be a graper, a pedophile, and dig in peanut butter boxes. If you put on a business suit and say, Father God, King Jesus, omnipotent is great, our Lord. Omnipotent is great, our Lord. Put on a business suit, some shiny boots, and a monkey suit. And behind the scenes, you can be graping women. You could be smashing little boys' peanut butter boxes. You could be as homophobic and transphobic as you want to be. You just need to perform toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is not a threat. And this is how you know who's the real threat to this system. It's the one they keep. making laws against. It's the one they keep putting propaganda about. Yeah, black men used to be a threat. Black men used to be seen as a threat when I was a child. That's why there was such a big attack on black men, because they didn't want black men to evolve. They didn't want black men to accept themselves. They didn't want black males to become whole. That is why there was a war on black men, because they didn't want black men to evolve. And let me tell you what evolution looks like. It looks like honoring your whole self. It looks like honoring everything that's in you. They wanted us to stay in a boy like Peter Pan, a performative masculine state. Because let me tell you who wasn't getting attacked and who wasn't getting killed. If you pay attention to the sequencing, after Medgar Evers got killed, after Malcolm X got killed, after Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, and Martin Luther King got killed. After they got killed in the 1960s and the early 1970s, after they got killed, have you seen another black man in a suit and tie who was a civil rights leader get killed? No, because they used Martin and Malcolm and Medgar and the like to make sure that, the ones that was wearing the suits and ties, to make sure that the church Negroes, that those type of Negroes knew how far they could go. Those were the examples for them. Then in the um then in the 80s and the 90s, they got more crafty, and they started turning us against each other. And then that's when we saw how they was getting rid of the hood representation. Yeah, they was getting rid of that hood representation, but they was getting them to kill each other. They said we ain't gonna, even though, with the Martin Luther King and the Malcolm, I still think that might have been a little bit of, some inside job as well. But they perfected it so to the point to where they got us to start killing ourselves, and they wasn't focusing on the business suits. Because I used to tell my boyfriends all the time, put on you some church clothes and keep you a haircut. That's what I used to tell them for survival. I used to say, police will leave you alone if you put on a church suit. Put on you some church shoes. Put on you some church clothes like you going to church, like a good little Negro. Put on you some church clothes, church suit, and keep you a clean cut fade and keep that face smooth, and the police will leave you alone. Because they had done already trained them church suit Negroes when they did what they did to Malcolm X, and when they did what they did to Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers. They took the 1960s and they trained them Negroes to know better. Don't think that you gonna use this church suit to advocate and to evolve and to liberate. Don't think that you about to really, I don't give a damn if you singing Kumbaya, we shall overcome. I don't give a damn what type of advocacy you think you about to do, but you're not about to do too much. So they use that era to train them in them suits. Then when the Tupacs and the Biggie Smalls and all of them came, they turned them against each other and made them blatantly. They just out and wild. They started the gang wars. They started the beef, and they made them so. That's when they scared them. Then they showed them, oh, okay, cause that used to be the hope. At one time, the ones in the suits, when the Martin Luther Kings and the Medgar Evers and the Malcolm X, that was our hope in the business suits. They was the real threat. They was speaking some real stuff. The black men was speaking some real stuff during that time period. And Malcolm X said some real stuff. Martin Luther King said some real stuff. Medgar Evers said some real stuff. And they and the government make sure uh, 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 you're saying a little bit too much. You're doing a little bit too much. So after they had put the fear of their God into them black men, you knew when a black man put on that suit, and when a black man put on that tie, and when a black man put on dress like that, you know he understand the architecture and the structure of this here of these systems and these institutions, and he know his limitations when he put on that suit and that tie. He know because he understand who paid the cost already. So then the threat started becoming the ones with the baggy pants and the hoodies and the hood caps and, wearing the swagged out clothes. And, that's when we started looking for our heroes. We started looking for the ones who was going to take us to the next level in the black community. We started looking for our leaders in hip hop culture. Then Martin Luther King became Tupac. Malcolm X became Biggie Smalls. And before these young men could get a chance to find themselves, before they could even get their critical matter, before they could turn 26, 27, they was gone. So all we got a chance was to hear peaks and windows of wisdom through their art, peaks of truth, peaks of potential, but we never got to see what it looked like on the other side because they turned them against each other and got them to kill each other. Right? Ain't no dick riding in this comment section. Thank you. And so now you have beings who are coming up in a generation, and we are no longer subscribing to trying to be a Martin Luther King. We're no longer trying to be Medgar Evers. We're no longer trying to be Malcolm X. We're no longer trying to be Tupac. We're no longer trying to be Biggie Smalls. We don't even want to look like none of that. We are shape shifting. Hey, Fatima, I love you, baby. We are shape shifting, and it's got y'all shook. We are shape shifting. And that's why y'all keep coming on these lives and y'all, you a man, you always a be a man, you this, you that. I am a manifestation. You can't abbreviate my existence. You will never be able to do that. I am more than your mind can fathom. That's what the fuck I am. I'm more than the tiny box that exists in your mind could hold. And I'm not ashamed of that. I am not Martin. I am not Malcolm. I am not Medgar. But they exist in me. They are parts of me. I am not Tupac. I am not Biggie Smalls. I am not Nipsey Hussle. But they exist in me. See, the difference between me and all of those men that I just named is that while I'm that, I am Asada, I am Sojourner, Whitney. I'm a multitude of things. I'm a multitude of beings. I'm a multitude of creations that have walked this planet. It's all in my DNA. The stuff that y'all have tried to suppress and the things that y'all boldly speak about. I'm all of that. I'm Miss Major. I'm Marsha P. Johnson. I'm all of that. I'm Malcolm, Miss Major, and I'm Sojourner. And see, that's what y'all don't want us to be. You want us to be one or the other. Cause that's how you control something when you understand its patterns. Pattern recognition. But see, when we create our own patterns because we're not locked into the performance of manhood or the performance of womanhood, we start to create our own patterns and you can't predict our movements. That's why y'all shame queer people because you can't predict our movements. You can't predict a whole being patterns. You don't know what it's going to be today or tomorrow. You don't know how I'm going to show up. You don't know how I'm going to come through. You don't know what to expect. And because you can't predict that, you're uncomfortable with me. And that's what makes me a fucking threat. So you coming on here telling me Jesus loves me and telling me that I'm crazy and telling me that I'm the devil. Bitch, you ain't breaking me. You are forging a force. Because I done had to listen to y'all say this shit ever since I was a child. And just because it worked on you doesn't mean that it's gonna work on me. Because one day you're gonna have to accept it. One day you're gonna have to accept that a lot of these tranny, punk, sissy beings are stronger than you niggas. Not physically, but mentally and spiritually. Strong enough not to deny the mother that lives in us. Strong enough not to be ashamed of the woman that lives in us. Strong enough not to be ashamed of the femininity that cultivated and shaped us. Strong enough to walk in that. Strong enough to channel that. Strong enough to draw from that. And not in a way that's sexual, in a way that is otherworldly. I don't need to dig in pussy to feel powerful. I don't need to run through vaginas to feel powerful. I laid on the table and sacrificed what I had to remind me of my divine feminine. I hear women say all the time, men need us. They need us. And my heartache for them is that y'all think that men needing y'all is what make y'all special. Cause I'm like, I want to be in company with people. I want to exist. I want to be in communion with people. But I don't think that a man needs me. And I don't think that I need a man. I don't think that a woman needs me. And I don't think that I need a woman. I think that people need people. I think that energy needs energy. I think that frequency needs frequency. But I don't think that, oh, a man is a man. Of course, a man who is not comfortable with himself and has not accepted himself, he does need a woman because he has not accepted the woman that's in him. And I think some women like seeing men be handicapped like that. That's why they help groom them to be little boys forever. And I think some women have been groomed to look at the world as I am not valuable unless a man can use me. Unless I can be used by a man. Unless I can be of help to a man. Instead of embracing what is inside of her the whole time. We are all whole. We are all whole. Let me see. Our body parts are not the main character, unlike these perverted halflings, aka weirdos. We're also more than flesh. We are a part of the great I am, living and experiencing one another from perceived separate vantage points. Okay, fractal. Fractal, you better say that. You better speak, Fatima. Didn't she speak? We are whole particles, Ashe, having experiences to the loser who's dared dehumanize our mother by referring to her as a demon. You're a demon. Now go back to hell. And he ain't got a far journey. We are divergent from the algorithm. And yes, that is exactly it, mama. Legion cannot take. We done heard all those shaming tactics, trigger words since birth. Water off a duck's back. Exactly. Their concept of womanhood and manhood is man-made, colonial, and lack of brain cells. Slave breeding. You better say that. Slave breeding. That's what it is. It's slave breeding. And I don't want no parts of it. You better say that, Fatima. Little boyfriends and security forever too. Don't bring that demon sausage in the comment section, trolls. And they come on here talking about I'm scared, child. You scared of what? You ain't scared of you scared of all this mess you created. That's what you scared of. That's what you scared of. You scared of all this mess that you created. So as I said at the beginning of the live, I have gotten into wearing my veil more because I am feeling like I want to start keeping my hair covered because I have not um I have not had sex since I shaved my head the last time. So, this is virgin hair on my head. Come on, virgin hair. But anyway, the reason why I'm wearing the veil covering my eye today is because, and I said this at the beginning of the video, I have a sty on one of my eyes. And I think it's just the ancestors trying to get me to stop wearing like makeup and mascara. And I wanted to go live and I wanted to talk but I also did not want people who I don't trust to be able to look at my eyes and to be, I just don't want to give people access to my face like that while my face is vulnerable. So I'm covering my eye to protect my energy so I don't have that to worry about while it's healing. But I think that this is just the ancestors because my cousin who used to wear mascara, she used to get stars all the time. And I think that's her way of telling me, okay, stop wearing makeup. Like I think I could get away with a little eyeshadow and lip gloss, but I think that's just her way of saying stop wearing makeup. You don't need that. I'm getting really on this natural, like pure like kick. And when I first came to the space that I was wearing the veil to, I typically only wear my veil when I'm traveling. Like I wear my veil when I'm getting on a plane or when I'm getting on a train, to cover me while I'm maneuvering in spaces. But I ended up keeping my veil on most of the time that I was here. Like I've been wearing my veil every day and I've been having to be of service. So, I had to stay behind because I had to take care of a loved one who ended up being hospitalized while we were here. And I've been wearing my veil every day. Like I've been every time I leave out of the room. Well, yesterday I didn't wear my veil. I wore a hood. I was hooded. But I've been wearing my veil every day. And my veil reminds me of the path that I'm on, the journey that I'm on. It reminds me, I can be whole. You're going to hear me slip up and say a little curse word here and there. I'm still going to talk about sex because sex is a part of my existence. And every now and then, randomly, I might throw that ass in a circle. But I am still on this journey of healing and wholeness. And wearing my veil reminds me of who I am. It reminds me of, okay, you don't need to go this far. It's okay, you're human. It's okay you're having a human experience. I want to say it like that. And it's okay to have a human experience, but my veil reminds me of how far to go. My veil, because I am a Gemini, so we can show up in a plethora of ways. And so my veil, as far as you have seen me go in this video, when I'm not veiled, I can go a lot further. So because I am a person who follows energy and goes with the flow, and sometimes that's not always good. And so I have to remind myself, okay, you're going into this phase of your journey. You're going into this phase of your reality that you need to be more tempered. You need to be more measured. You have to think about the example that you're setting. You still want to be free, you still want to exercise freedom. You still want to have fun. You still want to live your life, but you also need to be measured in that. You need to be tempered in that. You need to demonstrate some modesty, some restraint. You need to have boundaries. And so my veil helps me to exercise those boundaries. And I am a person who needs to see it. I am a person who needs to walk past a mirror, walk past a reflection, and see that tangibly. And so my veil is the tangible proof that I am on a journey of healing, that I am on a journey of focusing on that healing, that I am on a journey of saying no to random sex partners, no to smoking weed, no to drinking alcohol, no, and what I need to work on is no to eating certain things. No to that fried chicken. No to that double cheeseburger. No to that slice of pizza. No. And so my veil is bringing me back to this place of prayer every day, because I pray every day before I leave out of the room. I don't pray as many times a day as I would like, but I pray more. So my veil is lining me up with that person. My veil is helping me to be that person. And so if this veil scares you, if this veil makes you feel uncomfortable, good. If this veil makes you look at me as crazy, if this veil makes you look at me as weird, good. Because you're the type of energy I don't want around me. If my presence being veiled, if seeing me, because you know what? Y'all don't think that trans people, that queer people, that black people in particular, that we have the right to be spiritually powerful. Y'all don't think that we deserve to hold space in highly spiritual places. Y'all don't see that for us. What I'm supposed to be doing is what a lot of these men who perform in masculinity doing. I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to have my head buried in a pillow with my booty hiked in the air, living for penis. That's what y'all want for me. That's what y'all want for my life. You want me to be obsessed with cock. You want me to be standing up in front of church talking about he said he saw the best in me, and then late at night I got my head rammed in a pillow talking about he jugged that pipe in me. He how he how. That's what y'all want for my life. That's what y'all want for me. 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 Y'all want me to be sitting up in the. Y'all want me to wake up in the rise and talking about he saw the best, and y'all want me to go to sleep at night talking about he put that dick in me. That's what y'all want for my life. But you don't get you don't get to determine how my life is gonna play out, Bookie Boo. You don't get to write my story. Please know that. Spiritually and psychologically. You better say that. Mm-hmm. 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 Scared to face reality. You're looking particularly beautiful today. No, I look beautiful when I cover my face, you petty. They scared. They scared of the closet. They get it ripped. Let's get it ripped open. TS Virgin hell. It's also sending that evil eye back to sender tenfold. Mm-hmm. Mama, I absolutely adore you. Thank you. The veil is beautiful. I love the purple lotus flowers. Right back. Right back your eye. Wait, right. Flower right back your right eye. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nadia, we this is one of our veils. So, we really getting into the veil thing. Um, he laid that trap stamp on me. You so crazy, Nadia. Yeah, oh, I just realized it do give purple lotus flower teas. But yeah, these are our new veils, honey, and I wash them and pray over them. But yeah, so child, I've been on here 2 hours and 30 minutes. The halflings feel entitled to spirituality and the cosplay because the hierarchy of coonery and the whole and the whole and whole entering competition. Girl, I'm not about to play with you. He it does. It's out. Uh, it's out TS Veils. Yeah, child. Our new veils and came. Child, we getting ready for our ceremony. We're getting ready for our purple ceremony, and I am so excited. about the purple ceremony, y'all. Like, oh my goodness. I only brought one device with me on this trip. I didn't know I was going to be gone this long, but I only brought one device. I would have been playing the song now because I love the Purple Vow. Like, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to listen to it when I get off of here. But the Purple Vow is just like really, 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 really amazing. And I really just love the song. And, you know, we do program ourselves through the music that we listen to. And I have been preparing myself for what's next. And, you know, the ancestors told me some beautiful things. Like, they've been telling me some beautiful things. Like, I've just been hearing from them spiritually a lot lately. And I'm just in a different space. And I'm glad that, you know, you happy when you get to that space and it's not a performance, a man, a woman. You know, like when you get to that space and it's genuinely who you are because you're not struggling to maneuver in that space. Child, when I tell you, I done had so many men hit on me since I've been here in this, because you know I'm still in Minneapolis. So, you know, I've had so many men to hit on me since I've been here. Like, I've had so many men. And I'm telling you, I mean, many men, many men. I've had so many men to hit on me. And, you know, and I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Okay, hold on. I was talking about how in the beginning of the video, wait a minute, hold on. I was talking about how in the beginning of the video, because I want to give a little bit of an eye. So I was talking about how in the beginning of the video, um, I was talking about how in the beginning of the video, um, I'm in this space where I could have had sex with this man who I'm extremely attracted to, and we didn't have sex at all, right? And child, I've been having all of these dreams since I've been here. These really, 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 really powerful dreams, and there's been so much temptation. And like, you know how I've been dealing with the temptation is I have been doing my breathing exercises, I have been praying, I have been meditating, but I've been eating. And that's, you know, that's what this piece was about. This piece was about accountability. And low-key, I'm hungry right now. But yeah, I don't know why, like I just been having like this. And I think this hunger is like I really, really low key want some dick, you know. And I'm a gonna keep it a buck. When I get off the phone, I'm gonna probably have to get this girl another get this girl another whoa. Probably gonna have to get this girl. This girl fits fully inside of me, girl. This girl goes fully inside of me. And girl, when I tell you, I was doing this girl yesterday, and this girl had me on. This girl had me moaning so loud, girl. I think the neighbors probably heard me, girl. But there's a piece of me that just, you know, that wants to, you know, like be physically like I'm feeling. And I don't know if it's just, you know, being in this area, like just knowing that a sexual partner that I really, really enjoy being with is so close to me at my fingertips, and that they want to do it. Like, you know, and this is accountability piece, because, you know, like I wasn't going to do it whether I would have got on the live or not. But I feel like, you know, being accountable and being honest about it will also help me to be even more serious about it. But it was, you know, it has been difficult. And I think that because I've been wanting to have that man, and I told him, like, because he was down for the plot. Like, you know, I have been flirting, but he was down for the plot. And I told him, I said, I'm getting ready to take vows next month. And I feel like if I'm with you, I'm not going to get the protection and the favor that I'm supposed to get, you know, if I go ahead and do, you know, if I go ahead and do it with you. I said, I know it's going to feel amazing. Oh, I know it's going to feel amazing. Oh, I know it's gonna feel amazing. And this the gag, no tea, no shade. He don't have like he's not like no well endowed, like he ain't got no mutant penis. Like, you know, he got a nice average size penis that would be perfect for me. And you know, his wife then gave him a baby, and I'm almost certain she had the baby naturally. So, you know, if he didn't have no big piece already and his wife done pushed the baby out that thing, it's probably hot and wet, but it ain't gripping that thing. And so that's why he gonna tell me I missed that tight. He miss how tight it was. Cause baby, if a sex change coochie can't offer nothing, bitch, it can offer some grip. Bitch, if a sex change coochie can't offer nothing, bitch might can't push out no baby, might not always be wet, might not be the hottest, but bitch, it's gonna offer some grip. So he was like, I missed that tight. And I'm like, your wife just gave you a baby. I bet you do miss it. Bitch, I bet you do miss it, man. No tea, no shade. Um, so, just knowing I could be with a man that I know I could satisfy, because I know if I would have gave him some, he would have lost it, because he would have cut up, because men like to feel like they big, and when when you tight, you make them feel like they big, like they breaking something up. And so he been in there, with that thing, and he would have felt like, ooh wee, my shit big. Your shit ain't big, my shit is tight. My shit little, bitch. Your shit ain't big, my shit just little, bitch. But part of a girl wanted to live out that fantasy. A girl wanted to, like that part of me wanted to live out that fantasy. But I knew after it was over with, it was not gonna be worth it. It was the way that I was gonna feel after the act was complete. It was not gonna be worth it. And we getting ready to take vows next month, and I'm imagining me taking vows next month. Like I'm imagining me, like my daughter ain't had none in 4 years, and I'm coming up on 9 months, and I'm imagining us on that day, when he is filming, because my son is coming to film. So I'm imagining us on this day taking these vows. And, part of me know, because I know loopholes. Like, and I'm not going to do it, but I could still say the loophole. The loophole is if I would have done it, the vows aren't till next month. So I could have did a fast from now to then. I would have had to do a serious fast. And I could have took the vows, but I would have been starting over on my 9 months. So I would have been taking the vows to start my 9 months. And that's hard, putting that ring on and you ain't got no time under your belt. You locking yourself into nothing for 9 months, and you really just locking yourself into it because you feel guilty. Like it's not a celebration. It's like I felt bad because of what I done, and now I'm running to take these vows out of guilt. I'm taking these vows because I'm hoping that taking these vows will give me the strength not to make this mistake again. Like I'm not saying that's the wrong reason to take the vows, but I'm saying that that's not the reason why I want to take them. Like when I take my vow next month, I don't want it to be, oh, I'm trying to make up for what I did last month, or oh, I'm trying to get forgiveness for what I did last month, or oh, I need this to keep me strong for the next 9 months. No. And taking these vows isn't just about not having sex. It's about having more discipline in all the areas of my life. Like it's about being more focused in all the areas of my life. Taking this vow means that I am gonna consistently not smoke weed. Now, where I am with the liquor is I have to be able to read the room, and it has to be a safe environment, you know, um, to have a drink or two. Like, I have to really be able to read the room. I did not feel safe drinking here. I have not felt safe drinking this week. So I have not drank. But since I stopped drinking, I did have a drink. I did have two half a cups of pina colada at my son's birthday party, and I felt safe because my daughter was with me, my son was there, my oldest daughter was there. I felt protected, I felt surrounded by family, so I felt like I was going to be responsible. But I don't have that here. I don't have, the one who I'm caring for, she's in the hospital. um but I don't have a support system to be able to look me that I have to look at to hold me accountable. So if I would have had a drink here, I could have went off to my room privately and then jumped on the phone and called that nigga and told him to come over here. But that's not who I want to be in this phase of my reality. So when I was around my daughter and when my son, I knew that's accountability. I gotta look my children in the face. If I look my daughter in the face and I've been, telling my daughter about this journey I'm on and how I'm growing spiritually, and then all of a sudden I get full and want to go get some dick. Girl, you confusing. One minute you saying this and the next minute you doing that. Like, and then I'm telling my son, and my son seeing how well I'm doing it, seeing how I'm growing spiritually, and he drawing strength from me and he's being inspired by me. And then all of a sudden I get full at his party and I want to go and get some dick and I want to go run the streets. That's not the example I want to set. So I have people around me to hold me accountable. But as far as weed, I don't, like, no shade to weed. A lot of the weed ain't real. It ain't good. Weed be making me paranoid as hell. I'm already a naturally paranoid person. I'm already a person that be kind of having their head on a swivel. And also I just, I have a lot of good ideas when I'm high, but that follow through ain't really hitting for me. And I'm already a person who can lay in the bed all day. I don't need to smoke because weed make me lazier. And like I said, that follow through game ain't gaming with weed. Like, I finished the first season of Surviving the Rainbow with help. Obviously wouldn't have been able to do nothing without a Nadia, who actually brought the imagery to life and who, made the imagery possible. But like, I was able to write that whole season and finish it, and now, we working on the next season. You know what I'm saying? So we making that happen. Like, a lot of things are happening, which reminds me I need to start on episode 3. But yeah, like, we getting somewhere with Surviving the Rainbow. A lot of things are being implemented. We working on the website. I've been writing a lot of grants. I've been like super, super, super focused without the weed. So, we're not trying to bring weed back. But I do think reading the room, an occasional cocktail, when I feel safe, when I feel like I'm around people who I want to be accountable to, because it's a difference in being around people that you want to be accountable to. Like, certain people don't deserve to see me in that vulnerable light, because when I get a sip, I'm a little bit more vulnerable, and I don't think everybody should have access to me in that way. And so this is just about me learning to respect myself and me becoming better at respecting myself. And so that's a part of what these purple vows are about. It's about taking a vow to respect yourself so that we could stop drawing people to us that are mirrors of our pain, that are mirrors of our unhealed trauma, that are mirrors of the things that we need to work on within ourselves. And man, a woman, like, this vow is about, like, being intentional about doing that work of being the person that I want to see in me when my next partner manifests. Like, I'm trying to manifest the type of partner that literally is. I'm trying to manifest the type of partner that's literally on a different timeline. That's literally existing in another reality, and has been thinking about me and misses me, and knows me from another reality, knows me from another timeline, and has been waiting for me to get into place to for that beacon beacon to go off, for that signal to shoot up into the sky, to shoot up into the ethers, to shoot up into the celestial realm, for that beacon to shoot up, and they see, oh, that's the purple one I remember. Oh, there they go. Oh, there they go. They activated like that's the type of being I want to attract. I want to attract the kind of being that loves me so much, like, because they not here, they not on this plane. So the being that I'm gonna attract is literally gonna have to come to this frequency. Like, they living on another frequency, they existing on a different timeline, they existing in a different realm, and they literally gonna have to manifest. They literally gonna have to take on the flesh. They literally gonna have to astro jump. They gonna have to come through the ethers, but but they gotta see I'm ready for them. I gotta be ready for them to say, you know what, I'm finna astral project. I'm about to come. I'm about to materialize. I'm about to show up. I'm about to come back. Might be one of my partners who done healed already and left. They might decide they want to take back on the flesh and come back down here because they see, oh, you serious now? Oh, okay. Okay, you channeling your ancient self now. Oh, all right then. All right, I see you hold one. I'm coming. I gotta. Now that's the one I've been waiting to connect with. But if I ain't, I'm not coming on this timeline for that other stuff you were doing. Nah, I'm not, cause I already know what's going on in that dimension. I already know how they rocking in that dimension. I already know how much hate they got in that dimension, how much evil, division, how much, how hellish that environment is. And I am not coming to that timeline until I know that you is on that frequency where we gonna be able to motherfucking cause that mega shift. Omega shift. Omega shift. Shift. Omega shift. Galactic shift Omega. Galactic shift Omega Supreme. It's Galactic shift. Bitch. Yes, Eddie. Wait. I completely understand, mama. The weed ain't weeding no more. Uh-huh. I can't with the spirits or rugs, the guard. Wait. I can't with the spirits or rugs. The guards go down and the floodgates of memory trauma come in like a whiplash, and I just cannot or be openly vulnerable to others to see or to take advantage of. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm learning, like, I don't feel safe. Like, weed is just not, it's not conducive right now with this time, and the alcohol is just like, I do want to have like, I do want to have like some champagne on my birthday. Oh, wait a minute, y'all, get off of it. Get off of it. Get out of it. I do want to have like some champagne on my birthday. I know, bro. Wait, I know. Bro is in your vocabulary and call everyone and they mama bro, but you not about to bro us. I can't stand the bro type shit. Go take the minstrel. Okay, goobly goop back to wherever you came from. Ice baby. That is weed. That weed is not natural and is laced with biological weapons. Completely understand. Oh my. Well, child, let me get off this live because I have to get back to nursing this eye. I got to put another hot towel on this, and I think it's time for me another medicine download. Plus, I need to go and get some water. I need to go and buy some hydration. But yeah, I'm gonna do a condensed story today. I'm glad I got a chance to process all of this out. Y'all really, really helped a lot, with coming on. I'm glad I got to talk to my daughter from overseas, my overseas daughter. And I'm so grateful that Anadia came on. I didn't want to wake you up because I knew it was early when I started this live. So I didn't want to, call you and ask you to get up. But I'm glad that intuitively you came on because the trolls was trolling today. I want to give a special thank you to the 22 thumbs up. Like, people were showing up today and people was engaging. So while the trolls were trolling, the thumbs up was thumbing ups. So shout out to the thumbs up people who really came through and who really just help with the algorithm and all that. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And thank you just for loving me where I am, and just thank you for everybody who see through the bullshit and is here to have a real meaningful healing conversation. I love you, mama. I love you. Stay safe, and you're loved. And thank you for sharing your life. Oh, thank you, Fatima. I love you so much. Yes, and so yeah, I love y'all. Um, I'm not in a position to burn any candles because I'm traveling, but yeah, thank you, everybody. Ashe, I love you, Pooh. Thank you, Fatima. I love you, Oracle. Thank you for the good, all the good poo poo. Good at, good at, right? Good at, good at Red got a funny girl. The good poo poo. I good poo poo. Girl, let me stop being silly. But anyway, yeah, so everybody with the thumbs up, everybody who supported all 23.5. Um, yeah, and I wanted to say this about the number five before I get off the line. So I think it's because I'm getting ready to do my 50th solar return, and five is a really, really powerful number for me. And because five is in 50, I just really feel like that's why I'm seeing this shift. Child, I'm connecting with my dragon, my phoenix, my mermaid, all of these things, and all that content is just really starting to speak to me. I was watching this series that I be watching on my little phone apps, and it was a dragon who was working with a phoenix who was working with mermaids. Like it was a dragon, the phoenix, and the mermaid. And that's what Gadisha is. Gadisha is a hybrid of the dragon, the phoenix, and the mermaid. And it was just all of this language that I really, really enjoyed. Like I enjoyed the series, even though it was like whitewashed and it was anime and it was all this. It was really, really good. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. I love y'all. Layla Nation, Purple Ones Rise. Yeah, it felt good processing with y'all. It felt good, like getting a lot of this off of me. After I get off this live, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna, do some more work on my eye, my therapy on my eye. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna get me some water, and I'm just gonna take a little moment to just pull myself together. I do want to do another video today, a little short condensed video, where I'm going to like really just call some things out. But I might wait to do that video. I might wait to do that. I might wait until my eye finish healing to do that video. I think this was really all I needed to do today. So yeah, I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Again, Layla Nation, Purple Ones. Rise. Later.